Race day at Indianapolis was overcast, but thankfully dry for the 101st Indianapolis 500. In what ended up being a wild race with plenty of edge-of-your-seat moments, it was a duel between a pair of veterans that thrilled Verizon IndyCar fans. I'm Nick Yeoman from the Advanced Auto Parts IndyCar Radio Network with your highlights of the greatest spectacle in racing. Pole sitter Scott Dixon led the 33-car field to the green, but it was Will Power's charge on the outside from 9th that would keep the fans on their feet in the south end of the speedway. Despite the turbulence, all 33 drivers would safely complete lap number 1. It was the Andretti Autosport Hondas that would charge to the front in the first stint of the race, and on lap 37, Fernando Alonso would take his Andretti McLaren Honda to the point, rocketing around Alexander Rossi in turn number 1. Disaster would strike on lap 53 when Jay Howard's Honda would brush the wall at the exit of turn 1 and shoot back across the track. With nowhere to go, Scott Dixon's car would launch into the air, making contact with the catch fence on the inside of the short chute. Thankfully, both drivers would walk away from the terrifying accident. That crash would actually be a sign of things to come in an Indy 500 that was full of action, but full of accidents as well. On lap 66, Connor Daly would be the odd man out in a hornet's nest of cars running down the backstretch. After hitting the turn 3 wall, Daly's afternoon would end with a 30th place finish. Fast forward to lap 122 and trouble for Buddy Lazier, who would spin in front of the pack exiting turn number 2. The 1996 Winners' Day would end in 29th. It didn't look like anyone had anything for Andretti Autosport, but in the second half of the 500, their reliability weakness would rear its ugly head. First, Ryan Hunter-Reay's DHL Honda would break on lap 137, and on lap 180, Fernando Alonso's day would end with mechanical problems as well. After Alonso's Honda was removed from the track, the race would restart with just 16 laps to go, but a multi-car pileup in the short chute would end the promising days for James Davison, Oriol Serbia, Will Power, and James Hinchcliffe. Joseph Newgarden would also sustain damage as Turn 2 at Indy became a junkyard of battered race cars. Max Chilton used great pit strategy to put himself in contention with just 10 laps to go, but he could not hold off hard-charging Takuma Sato and Helio Castroneves, who set up one of the great battles in Indy 500 history between a 3-time 500-winning Brazilian and Japan's greatest racing talent. With 2 laps to go, Castroneves would try to make a pass on the outside in turn 1, but his Chevy didn't have enough power. Sato would fend off the challenge and score the biggest win of his career, conquering the 101st Indianapolis 500. Sato is the first Japanese-born winner of the 500, and he takes Michael Andretti to victory lane at Indy for the 5th time. The race featured 35 lead changes and 11 cautions. Castroneves would have to settle for second, and rookie Ed Jones would impress with a fantastic third-place finish. Congratulations to Takuma Sato, the winner of the 101st Indianapolis 500. Next up for the Verizon IndyCar Series, it's off to the Motor City of Detroit for a pair of races on ABC Saturday and Sunday at 3:30 Eastern.